Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about vaccinations and the controversial issue it is today. So, the purpose. Why do we get vaccinated? Vaccines are defined as a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular disease. It consists of an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism in a weakened or killed form of the microbe. Vaccinations reduce disease, disability secondary to disease, and death. Vaccinations not only protect yourself, but those who have immature and weakened immune systems. For example, the only antibodies a newborn is going to have are those that are passed from the mother through the placenta, known as IgG, and in breast milk in the form of colostrum until their immune systems can mature. Those who have weakened immune systems are going to have chronic illness, cancer, and old age. Disease and infections are passed through person-to-person contact with those who are not vaccinated. Herd immunity is the resistance to the spread of disease within a population or community. Obtaining these vaccines will diminish the spread of disease since the microorganism cannot infect anyone. Any individual can receive a vaccine as long as they do not fall under these circumstances. Those who have immunodeficiency should not receive a vaccine because their immune system will not be strong enough to fight off the weakened form of the microbe. Certain vaccinations should not be given to those who are allergic to the substances within the solution. For example, individuals who are allergic to gelatin or neomycin should not be given the MMR vaccine. Pregnant women should not receive any form of live vaccines such as polio, MMR, varicella, and HPV. One controversial topic that is brought up to many providers is, my child is sick, can he still receive a vaccine? The answer is yes. Children who have a low-grade fever, so any fever lower than 101 degrees Fahrenheit, a cold, runny nose or cough, an ear infection, and mild diarrhea can still receive a vaccine. Families and individuals refuse to have vaccines based on a number of different factors. The effort to receive a vaccine may be a low priority to the family. Families may have other issues to worry about, such as housing, food, and job security, than commuting to the doctor's office monthly or annually for a simple injection. The high cost of healthcare may shy families away from medical attention because they simply can't afford it. What they do not realize is, refusing medical care can lead to expensive medical bills over time because they are continuously getting sick. The big controversial topic today is, vaccines cause autism. While this has never been proven, those who lack medical knowledge and believe any myth will think this theory is true. Many refuse to receive a vaccine because it goes against their religious beliefs. Religious communities are known to have the highest number of outbreaks over the years due to vaccine-preventable diseases. This chart shows the recommended immunization schedule for newborns through adolescence. As you can see, there are a large number of vaccines that protect children from illnesses that can cause death. Newborns start their series of shots before they are even discharged from the hospital. Most vaccinations require a series of shots before they are even effective. That's why it is very important to keep up with your child's milestones and schedule doctor's appointments. Children must complete their series of DTaP, MMR, polio, and varicella before they can attend public school. The meningococcal vaccine protects many against meningitis. Meningitis can cause death within hours and is a highly contagious infection, especially to those who live in close proximity with each other. The disease affects the fluid surrounding the brain and causes the spinal cord to swell. This vaccine is required for all students before they attend college and plan to live on campus. Religious groups have been known to group together and refuse vaccinations. These groups include Amish, Dutch Reformed churches, and Muslim fundamentalists. For some religious groups, their anti-vax views aren't solely based on religion. Muslim fundamentalists refuse the polio vaccine based on social and political tension. They believe the polio vaccine was used to sterilize Muslims. Since religious groups deny these vaccinations, there has been an increasingly number of outbreaks throughout the years. There was an estimated 500 people who lived in Orthodox Jewish communities located in Borough Park and Williamsburg, Brooklyn, who broke out with the measles. This was the largest outbreak of measles the United States has seen since the measles was eradicated. Many believe Catholic and Jewish individuals are against vaccinations. Although certain vaccines use cultured cells from aborted fetuses in the past, the Catholic Church is pro-vaccine. The Church teaches it is lawful to use these vaccines if the danger to the health of the child exists or to the health of the population as a whole. In the Jewish community, vaccines are encouraged because they are judged on concepts of medical law, even though some vaccines may contain pig or gelatin components. During the 2018 and 2019 school year, there was an estimated 2.5% of kindergartners who had an exemption from at least one vaccine, and 2.8% who were not up to date on their MMR. If all of these kindergartners were vaccinated against MMR, all states could achieve their 95% goal of vaccination against MMR. Before enrolling kids in school, parents need to submit their child's vaccination records to the school. The vaccines that are required include DTaP, Hep B, MMR, varicella, polio, HIV, and meningococcal. Schools do allow a grace period in which a child can attend without proof of vaccination. This grace period is usually 14 to 30 days. Provisional enrollment allows a child to attend school while they play catch-up on their vaccines. Not only do public schools require vaccines, but child care centers do too. Recently, public schools have made vaccinations mandatory, leaving parents who deny vaccinations under all circumstances to homeschool their children. Today, many believe there is a link between childhood vaccinations and the development of autism and autism spectrum disorders. Autism has no single cause, and most causes happen in utero. Risk factors of autism include advanced paternal age, family history, genetic mutation, low birth weight, and fetal exposure to valproic acid or thalidomide. A study conducted in 2014 analyzed the relationship between the development of autism and those who received the MMR vaccine, along with other vaccines, which contained mercury and thimerosal. The study concluded there was no direct association between the development of autism and anyone who received any of these vaccines. One reason as to why the autism rates have increased over the past 20 years is due to the changing definition of autism and reporting. In 1995, Andrew Wakefield and a group of researchers published a study in The Lancet claiming that they found a link between the MMR vaccine and those who develop bowel disease and neuropsychiatric disease, specifically known as autism. In 1998, they published a series of studies claiming that they found evidence between the MMR vaccine and children who developed autistic symptoms after receiving the vaccine. He also claimed that this link was caused by the combined vaccine and not the single injections. Over the years, the public, especially parents, have grown increasingly frightened and have refused vaccinations altogether. This link was studied continuously by many researchers, and they all concluded there was no association. In the end, Wakefield was banned from practicing medicine in Britain because he showed callous disregard for children. Discovered information revealed Wakefield's research was funded by lawyers who planned on suing vaccine manufacturers. Wakefield's research was corrupt. Measles is a disease that was once eradicated in 2000, but over the years there has been an increasingly number of outbreaks throughout the U.S. These outbreaks are caused by those who refuse to get vaccinated or vaccinate their own children. This acute disease can cause encephalitis and death from neuro and respiratory complications. As you can see, the public's fear has taken a toll on many. People infected by the measles are at risk of blindness, extreme dehydration, and pneumonia. Long-term effects of the measles can put patients at risk of immune suppression or immune amnesia. With today's modern technology and transportation, it is much easier to transport a disease throughout the world. There is no antiviral treatment for the measles once an individual becomes contracted with the virus, leaving them to suffer the consequences of the long-term neurological and immune system decline. In conclusion, vaccines not only protect you, but your loved ones and your community. Vaccinate yourself and your children, or else they will not be able to attend school. Education at this point of their lives is very important to their development. Do not deprive them of this by endangering their health. While I do respect religious exemption, I want you all to be aware that these groups have been known to have the highest number of vaccine-preventable outbreaks. There are no proven complications, especially autism, from receiving any vaccine. After all, a study conducted by Andrew Wakefield has never been proven to be accurate. I hope this presentation may have debunked some misconceptions about vaccines for some of you, and I hope it may have persuaded many of you to get vaccinated. I hope this will also push you all to advocate for vaccinations within your family and your community.